Well, as you can see, I'm still in my work shirt because I just got home from the office a few hours ago, just had dinner, and really didn't want to change. But there's a reason that I decided to turn the camera on. I'm actually getting set up for the Robotech Part 2 on-camera shoot, which you know when we do cartoon reviews, we do them next to the television. I set up a chair and get some stills ready and put them up against the television. But I was actually doing a lot of research tonight, not on Robotech. I was doing research on another long-term project that I'd wanted to do. And I did the research for about an hour and a half and kept running into dead ends and realized it wasn't going to be possible. And it was really disappointing because it's a video that I've wanted to do for a long time and I wanted to do it a specific way. And I've realized that financially, it just doesn't make sense to even try and go down this road. So I was so disappointed that I thought, well, while I'm getting set up for this, I thought I'd just tell you what that, deleted video, RetroBlasting video was going to be. It really bums me out because I really wanted to do it. And if you're thinking, well, don't spoil it, save it until you can do it. It's not that kind of thing. It's not something where I can do that. I've got a number of projects that are on the back burner and have been for quite some time because I know that they're possible once I get to a certain level or a certain amount of independence. And so I'm keeping them, close to the vest. But this one is truly not doable. And I'll walk you through a little bit of it while I set up. But no, this isn't a production update video. I know that there were a bunch of people that complained about those kind of videos coming up on the channel. So all those videos, my production updates on video, I still do them, but they now go straight to Patreon. They seem to appreciate them over there. So yeah, don't worry. This isn't me just talking about what's coming up. Yeah, I'd always wanted to do, as you know, my Masters of the Universe videos are typically, much like Star Wars Follies, they are videos where I try to pick a specific toy or vehicle and then do a little vignette on that specific toy or vehicle, because there's inherent comedy in all of these toy lines, but Masters of the Universe to me is one that, I don't know, it has its own kind of whimsy. There's something about that toy line and that universe, and I say that with all the love in my heart. That's not a slam. That's a huge compliment. It just has this beautiful kind of whimsy to it, and the only time I'd ever seen that again was when World of Warcraft originally launched its massive multiplayer online game. It felt like Masters of the Universe had come back for a brief moment. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So I was working on this video that was Masters of the Universe related, and as you know, I always try and do those as little fun shorts, and I love the character of Ninjor. He's such a caricature of that line. He's so indicative of the Masters of the Universe idea, where you kind of have, it's almost like Dick Tracy villains. You have a character and he's got one gimmick, like Mecha-Neck. Mecha-Neck, his neck goes whoop, and that's his thing. So the idea that Ninjor could even exist was just awesome to me. And I never had him growing up, and so I always wanted to do a really cool video about Ninjor. And so it took me a while to get the action figure because he's one of the harder ones to find. And I'm just going to check my angle here. It took me a while to find him and piece him together, get all the weapons, all that kind of stuff. And then when I finally got him together, I thought, I'm going to execute on this idea. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be funny. And the whole idea was that Ninjor wasn't going to speak the whole video. The whole video was going to be Skeletor singing about Ninjor and how great Ninjor is and how diabolical he is and how efficient at taking out King Randor's cronies he is. And I had written this whole song to the tune of Magic by the Cars. Oh, it's magic. And I was so excited at the prospect of doing this video because at the time I know a lot about copyright. I even took media law in graduate school, but I was under the false apprehension that I could go through the proper channels, that I could actually go through like a karaoke website and buy the rights to a karaoke version of an instrumental for the Magic by the Cars and then apply that to my video legally. Like I was going to pay for the karaoke version and everything like that and then put my lyrics over it, you know, as Skeletor. And then do this, you know, video about Ninjor. And it would be all action figures, you know, just like most of the Masters of the Universe sketches are, like the Roton and Stridor and, you know, videos like that, Snake Mountain. But when I dug into it over the last night or two, unfortunately what I discovered was that even when you buy the rights to a karaoke instrumental, they only allow you to use it for the purposes of either karaoke or, shockingly, stage performances of covers of that song, which I was like, wow, okay, so you can actually use it, you know, with a mechanical license to sing to in a live performance, but you can't use it in a YouTube video if you are changing the lyrics. Even under parody law, you can't do it, and so there's no way around it unless I was to spend an exorbitant amount of money to do it, and it's not worth it because it was only going to be, you know, maybe a 2.5 minute video, which is unfortunate, you know, because I really like the idea of, you know, Skeletor being like, uh-oh, it's Ninja. Uh-oh, it's Ninja. He's coming for you. But, and I didn't do that perfectly because I haven't practiced. But, so sorry if my Skeletor impression sounded off, but it's different to sing as Skeletor than it is to talk as Skeletor. And so you have to do a few takes, ramp up, that kind of thing. But, yeah, I just wanted to relay that one because it's one that's lost. It's a RetroBlasting video that never got off the ground because I didn't even shoot the first bit of footage because I knew that this thing was going to be, you know, kind of a legal minefield, and I was trying to navigate it properly. Fortunately, because I did my due diligence ahead of time and didn't just jump in and ask for, you know, forgiveness later, the channel hasn't taken any hits from it. You know, that's one thing that, you know, especially now with all the stuff going on with YouTube and how turbulent it is, just the legal minefields you have to be very careful of. And, you know, we've been around 7 years and we've fought the good fight on fair use. But when it comes to something like that, you know, I said, I'm not going to start working on this until I figure out if it's even possible. And that was after the long journey to get Ninjor at all, because I had to get him first, and then, well, actually I got some of his weapons first, and then I ended up getting him, and then having to find the last few, you know, weapons and that kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm working on Robotech Part 2, getting this whole thing set up. We're going to be shooting tomorrow night on the on-camera, and then we're doing the voiceover for the script itself. And I'm hoping to be in the edit on this by the end of the week. I don't know if Robotech Part 2 will be done by this weekend, but I'm hoping it will be because it's a big one. It's a 13-page script that's gone through multiple revisions. A lot of different perspectives have been put on it as I've watched and rewatched both of the series, the Japanese and the Robotech version. So Hoping you guys are, feel like it was worth the wait. But yeah, so there was a Ninjor video, and just consider that a lost RetroBlasting concept that didn't happen. He'll probably appear in another video in the future, but and maybe I'll come up with another idea as to how to do a video about him. But yeah, I'm just gonna nurse that wound for a while and move on to other projects. So I hope you guys are having a good week, and we'll see you on our next big video, which is Robotech Part 2. I've been working on it constantly. So thanks, guys. See you soon.